We are here talking to the fabulous folks at NewTek who have come up with something extra special. We're recording this at an undisclosed location somewhere in Northern California at a date that shall remain nameless. What's your name?
My name is Don Balance.
Don Balance is with us. He's an engineer at NewTek along with the ever attractive Phil.
I'm your cameraman now, Leo. That's right. Leo's put me to work.
So the NewTek folks, as you know, we use a TriCaster. We use an 850 Extreme. This is NewTek's response to churches, schools, even podcasters. You know, Ariana Huffington could afford this one.
Oh, nice.
So show us, to give you a little demo here.
Basically, this is answering our customers. You know, we started out at this price point with our original TriCaster 100. We created the things that our customers wanted as we moved forward, and we created better and better versions.
I started with the TriCaster Studio, I think, and that was $8,000. I think when I bought it.
Yes.
And I thought that was expensive, but a really good deal given that I had was it 6 inputs? It was really very flexible. So I was able to do a lot of stuff. And now, of course, we're using a much more expensive device. But I mean, how low can you go? What does this have? What features does it have?
Well,
before we say the price.
First of all, it is a 14-channel production switcher with 4 live inputs. So we have 4 inputs in the front, analog only. And it can be HD or SD, just like all TriCasters. You can mix and match on the way in. It'll up convert, down convert on the way out, and you can do high def and standard def on the way out at the same time. So inside of the device itself, if you understand and know a TriCaster, you're right at home. You already know how to run this thing. It does have some internal media players as well. You've got your multi-viewer here on the top, of course, to see all of your internal and external sources. Live switcher section here. And then our media players down here, 1 DDR in here, unlike 2 DDRs that you have in the 850.
This is for playback of existing video.
So you can load your video in, and it does have a media importer, so if you want to bring in Apple ProRes or basically any format or resolution, you can bring it in. If it needs to be converted, we convert it on the way in, so you'll get smooth playback on whatever you need. And we also have 2 graphics players. Now, in your TriCaster, you have stills and titles.
Right.
But even in that TriCaster, a lot of people don't know, you can put stills in the titles bin and titles in the stills bin. So we've renamed them into just graphics players. And you can
makes sense.
Put
it's all
whatever
the same.
you want in.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
And these graphics players also play sound. So if you wanted to have a little music bed or something,
cool.
You've got it in there. Of course, internal audio mixer as well, allowing you to mix all of that internal stuff. It does have 1 line-in audio input in stereo and a microphone input.
So you could even use this as a mixer if you didn't have a standalone mixer.
You could. But again, really, we feel probably most people would use an external mixer.
Sure.
Bring this in here. Use this mixer to mix your external mix with whatever's being generated by the TriCaster. Now, besides the media players in here, we also have 2 network inputs. And the network inputs are multifunctional in that, of course, we can do IVGA with Mac or PC like we've always done.
That was a huge benefit for us because, of course, screenshots are something we do all the time. And so the ability to just put some software on a Mac or a PC and be able to see that screen on the TriCaster and switch to it as if it were a camera is huge for us.
And one thing that
that goes over the network, which I really like.
Or even wireless.
Wi-Fi, sure, yeah.
What's really interesting that a lot of people don't realize is you don't even need to install that software on those computers. You can actually run our little IVGA client from a thumb drive. Sometimes people get a little hinky when you say, I want to install some software on your computer.
So just bring the thumb drive,
say, hey, you know
drive.
what, this is the dongle, so that my machine can see your machine. So let me put it in there, and then no harm, no foul.
Right. And it's small, it's light, and it does a great job.
It does.
That's really cool.
So that's one way you can use the networks, is to bring in a Mac or PC display, PowerPoint, web pages, that stuff. It also works with Apple AirPlay.
Oh, that's nice.
Any iPad, iPhone, iPod, even my PC with iTunes, I can send full frame rate video, audio,
really cool.
Pictures, whatever I want. So even though we do only have 1 digital disc recorder in here, I can play full frame rate video and audio through those network inputs.
Directly from the computer?
From here or from my iPad.
Wow.
That actually gives the presenter a more level of interactivity than they've ever had before. Usually it's like I'm at the mercy of the guy running the board. But now as the presenter, I can stop the video, I can scrub it, I can play it, I can queue up whatever I want to play back. And so it's nice to actually give the talent a little bit more control. Now, with those network inputs, we can also bring in the output of other NewTek TriCasters and other NewTek 3-play systems, things like that, through the network. So if, say you had a TriCaster here, you could take the 40, set up a little mini studio for other...
That would be nice.
And then just right through the network, you could feed the program out of the main show right into here and integrate it all together.
I could see us using that, actually, because we want to put a studio in the back. That's great.
So yeah, the connection between the network inputs are great. You do have 2 of them, so you can always be doing something on one while you're queuing up the next one and roll dozens of different types of media in very, very quickly and easily. So we do have things in here like our title templates, which people that know the TriCaster are familiar with. They're pre-made, nice-looking graphics that are editable while you're live. Now this TriCaster does not have the character generator live text internally like the other versions that we have, but it does work with the external version.
Okay.
So I've got live text running right here, and in the network input, this is the display of my computer, and then this is the output of live text. So I can very easily just come over to either of my DSKs, select my network input that I want to use, bring that in.
Oh, and it's got the alpha channel on everything. It just goes right over the top.
We can even do things like scrolls, crawls, motion graphics directly from the external computer right in.
That's cool.
Yep. So
that's great.
Animation, all that. Now, this version also works, the external version has something called Data Link. And Data Link will allow you to bring in external data to dynamically update your graphics. So
we need to use this. This is really cool. Can we do that on the 850?
Yes, you can. Yes,
well,
you can.
Golly, we can have Twitter crawls going across.
Yes, you can. You can bring in RSS feeds. You can hook up to things like Daktronic scoreboards to update sports scores in real time.
You know, it's amazing. I mean, you really could turn yourself into a news network, at a CNN, with all of this stuff, and it's so easy to do. That's really incredible.
And that's really what the design of this machine is about. We've locked down the interface more so than other TriCasters.
Easier to use.
Easier to use, easier for us to support.
Right.
Training people is very, very simple because there are less options that you have to deal with, so getting up and running. My job at NewTek is actually Director of Training, and one of the things that I'm doing is formulating curriculum for this to go to schools and certification testing, so that schools will be able to not only deliver curriculum and teach the kids how to use it, but then the children can take the test, become certified, get listed on the NewTek website as certified operators. So it's an actual skill, and I feel as though the schools will be lining up to buy this.
Absolutely. A high school could have their own TV station, do live switching, do live, and that's really for the, well, we haven't said the price yet.
That's right.
I've been teasing you. So how much is this all going to cost?
$49.95.
That's amazing. I mean, I paid $8,000 for the TriCaster almost 10 years ago. Current TriCaster is $25. You said the new one's going to be $35. $5,000, less than $5,000. Well, and that is a lot of capability.
If you compare it to, say, our TriCaster 300, TriCaster 300 is now at, what, $13,000, something around there. And this is
really
another input on top of that.
That's really great.
And you're coming in at under $5,000.
That's really fantastic.
There's also going to be an optional dedicated control surface available. You don't need it, but you can run from keyboard and mouse.
And we use one, and it's nice because it for somebody who's used to doing television, it makes it very much more at home to them. They're not using a keyboard and mouse. But again, it's an added cost that some people don't want it, and you could do everything. I do it. It's funny. I run my TriCaster from keyboard and mouse in my studio, and out here they have, of course, the big switcher.
Another thing that, of course, makes the TriCaster unique is our virtual sets, and this does come with
that too in here?
Full virtual set capability built in, just like you see right here.
I see Kiki's stock camera on the virtual set right now.
We have the ability to do our zooming and panning and all that sort of stuff. This does work with virtual set editor. So you can get the external virtual set editor. You can design your own sets or modify the ones that are available for the TriCaster, and add your logo, add your cityscape in the background, whatever it is you want to do. So again, at this price point, it puts custom effects at anybody's.
It's really amazing. You have a great keyer built in too, which really.
Yeah, the Live Mac keyer. I tell people, Leo, I do demos all over the place, and I never know what I'm going to walk into. And I've walked into places where guys are like, "Here's the green screen," and it looks like it's been in their hamper for about a year.
It's all wrinkly.
They throw it over a rack, and they're like, "That's never going to work," and I key it. And
it's pretty
people
amazing.
are like, "I can't even believe what I'm seeing."
It really is amazing.
That's happening. So also, like other TriCasters, you can stream live. Windows Media or Flash all the way up to
That's
HD.
built in, so I just hook this up to the internet and I'm already streaming.
Absolutely
That's
right.
Nice.
The streaming configuration panel sets itself up, so if you do have a content delivery network or internet streaming provider,
we've used it with Ustream and Justin, and it works just fine.
Yeah, you'll get it hooked up. Anybody can literally get it hooked up in a few minutes. We do have one channel of record, so you can record the production as it's done. And all of this can be done simultaneously.
So you could stream and record.
You can stream it, you can record it, you can archive the stream, you can broadcast it traditionally, and there's another video output on the back, either HDMI or VGA, to feed second screen projectors. You'll notice that there's an effects row here. I could set up that second output to be fed by the effects row and literally have 2 different productions coming out of one TriCaster.
What?
So the main production could happen between preview and program, but I could do cuts only video going out to side screens.
Wow.
So maybe, you know, IMAG of the presenter and their PowerPoints out on the side, or...
So this is great for presentations, for speeches, for concerts. You could use this. This
really,
is really impressive.
it's perfect for schools, house of worship, corporate environment. You know, a lot of people who really want to do great looking video but maybe don't have the experience or the budgets to be able to do it. This is the perfect product for them.
They rolled down our little green screen porthole. We were using this for Game On with the Kier and the TriCaster, and we would have people, interview subjects, appear in the green screen. I mean, it really is a great keyer. It's really a lot of fun to play with.
It is
so cool.
It's amazing. And this really gives you everything you need. And again, if people say, hey, I need more, I want more, we've got the rest of the line for them. And we always give them great upgrade paths and all that kind of stuff.
Really nice. So the name of this is?
The TriCaster 40.
40?
Yes.
It's going to be under $5,000
Yes.
and available. Do you have a date yet?
Philip?
It's going to be available on the date you show this.
Which is today. Today. It's available today.
The 29th.
That's exciting.
The 29th. So you have to be quiet about it for 2 weeks. Is that possible?
Yeah, we're recording this ahead of time, and I won't say a word. We actually turned off.
That's not what Lisa
You
told
may
us.
remember 2 weeks ago, and I'm terrible at this. May remember 2 weeks ago, for some reason, the studio went dark and the drop cams were all turned off. We were recording this so that you could see it today. So it is available now. NewTek.com if you want to find out more. And if you're lucky, you'll get Don teach you how to use it.
Well, actually, everybody can, because I'll be on the web giving them over an hour and a half of free tutorial videos. So there's no problem learning how to use it. It's all on the web and ready to go.
I did it for years and never had any instruction at all. Fortunately, we have a very good team that does it now, because I have no idea how it works now. But for a long time, it was easy enough that I was able to sit down and start switching on day one.
Yep.
With our TriCaster.
I've been able to teach 5th graders to sit down 5 minutes. And what's funny about the kids is I start teaching them, and within 2 minutes, I'm like, no, do this. And they're getting my hand out of the way. And they're like, I got this. Leave me alone.
It really is empowering technology. It's very exciting what you're able to do now. You know, I set up the high school that my son goes to with the old Canon XL cameras that I use in my old studio, and the TriCaster studio they used to use in my old studio.
Wow.
And they're doing, they just had an evening of the arts where they have it's kind of their night where everybody gets to perform and stuff. They did a 3-camera live stream using a TriCaster.
Nice.
It's just so cool what you can do. It's really, really neat.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys for making a great product. We really love our TriCaster, and I think this is going to be a very popular choice for a lot of people. This is really great. The TriCaster 40 available today.
Thanks for having us.
Very cool. Thanks, Don. Thanks a lot. Very neat.